finishing up, go ahead and do that. I am going to introduce a friend of mine up to the stage, Matt G. Not Matty G, who we have on guitar, but Matt G is going to share some information about campus ministry with you today. So please give him a warm welcome. All right, we can get there.
All right, it's good to be here with you all. So I'm excited to be here. I drove 3 hours to be here and speak to you this morning because I'm really passionate about what I do, and I want to share it with you. And I also want to just get a picture of the room so you all can. All right. So my name is Matt Geerdes, and I am your ELCA campus pastor serving at Illinois State University. But I grew up in Memphis, Tennessee, and Lutherans are a little less dense down there. I mean, we're more spread out. So we're pretty scarce, but I get the slide. But I went to an event growing up, had a chance to go to an event called Affirm, which is a lot like Leadership Lab. When I say we're spread out like this, you got like people from 3 Synods in Illinois here, right?
There were other states as well.
In other states? Okay. But my one synod was 4 states. So we're spread out. But so it was great to get together, be able to get together with other people in this way. And really is that affirmed that I first experienced faith in Jesus as being connected with other people. Where we gathered and assembled and we dug into faith, but also dug into connecting with one another. It's a special thing to be able to be seen and known and loved for who you are, and to grow in love of God with one another. And that actually made a huge impact on my life. Has changed the course of my life. And so I hope that through this week that some of you all are new here and haven't experienced Lab in person before, but I hope that you can have that experience of finding more connection with one another as being something that really builds you up in faith and as part of what you're talking about today. But I will pray for you that is part of your story here. Because it's really important to know that we are in this together and that we are not alone. Take it to the next slide. So, one of my friends from Affirm even ended up being part of how I ended up at Texas Lutheran College.
Go Bulldog!
Hey! So this is so I'm right next to the water cooler there, sitting down, and this was my orientation weekend at college. But I had visited Texas Lutheran totally randomly, which is a whole other story. I had run into Anna unexpectedly when I visited, and through the people that she knew there, I had instant community when I did end up deciding to go there. And that was a great thing. Once again, it's great to know that you are not alone. Now, I have to confess that when I was in college, I coveted my campus pastor's job. That's what I wanted to do because, see, I found it to be really important to me while I was in college to put my faith together with other things that I was learning in college. And so I wanted to help other people on that same journey. The next one. So I've been now the ELCA campus pastor in Illinois State for 11 years, and I just love being in ministry with students because of that journey that students are on. And I feel like it's really important for us to be there because there are other ministries on campuses, and there are some really big ministries on college campuses, and some of them get a lot of attention. But something I hear from some of those colleagues and from some students is that some of them have an attitude that they have to defend God or protect students' faith from things that they're learning, like in science classes or sociology or whatever. But from our particular Lutheran perspective, we don't think that God is threatened by anything that you're going to learn, and we don't think your faith is threatened by anything that you're going to learn. Instead, we want to put those things together and dig in deeper to your faith and expand your mind and expand your faith. And so we have a perspective that's really valuable for that. And I get excited by students digging into things that they're learning and digging deeper into theology, learning about God, who God is in their life, and asking questions and searching for truth and for meaning. Now, I can tell you about all things that we do about worship and meals and discussion and service, advocacy retreats and trips and fun things, and pastoral care that I do, being there for students through tough times. But at the core of it all are these two things. One is encouraging faith, for your faith to grow as your minds expand. And so that's digging in yourself, your own understanding of your faith and who you are. And two is building beloved community, a place where everyone can belong and know that they are loved. And that's something that we all put the effort into and we work on, build that community. And sometimes it's work. People come with different perspectives, and you got to hear one another out and learn and grow from that. That's the way you really build community, is to learn and really value every person, who they are, and you value yourself. The next one. Now, being a place where everyone can know that they're really loved is something that, again, particularly our ELCA ministries bring to campuses, that a lot of students who come from outside of our brand of Lutheranism may have not had experience in the church around them or in other churches growing up. I say that because this is things that I hear, okay? When I'm talking to students, like they just never heard that they can have a place, that they can be welcome. They come, just what they've heard from the church is that they're not valued. There are a lot of people I find who want to believe in God, but who don't know if God believes in them. And so we're not just a place for ELCA Lutheran students. We're home for everybody. I've got more people from other backgrounds or no background at all than even from our ELCA background in our ministry. Because people just need to hear that the church cares about them, that God cares about them. The gospel is good news for everybody, or it's good news for nobody, folks. And it is good news for everybody. Jesus loves everybody. And so it's so important for us to be on campus. And I say this not to brag, but just telling you the truth. I have literally saved somebody's life. Literally, by being on campus, by being a person that they can come to and talk to. So if I do nothing else for the rest of my life, my life has been worthwhile. But that's because we're out there, and there are people who don't like being welcoming for everybody. And I don't care, because it has to be done. The love of Jesus has to be shared. Everyone needs to know that they're not alone. They are loved, that we are in this together. The love of Jesus. Now, as I said, I'm doing campus ministry, half-time even, at Illinois State University. And so if you go there, or if you are there, I hope to see you and to talk to you. But I'm also speaking for all of our campus ministries. I'm actually headed today after this to Milwaukee, which, if you know where I live, this is not on the way. But for a regional gathering of campus ministry staff. And we have 6 staff campus ministries in the state of Illinois. So in addition to Agape at SU, we've got St. Andrews at University of Illinois. We've got Grace Place in Northern Illinois. Lutheran Campus Ministry at University of Chicago. South Loop Campus Ministry, serving Columbia, Roosevelt, and DePaul campuses in the South Loop of Chicago. And Lutheran Campus Ministry at Northwestern. And then there are congregations that support campus ministry at Southern Illinois and Edwardsville, and other places like that too. Nationwide, so you can see this map here, we've got ministry serving over 230 campuses across the country. And I guarantee my colleagues are doing incredible work. So it's all over the place. It may not be every single campus. A lot of times, hopefully, there are congregations around, but it is all over the place. So, for example, last week, I was with my daughter at her orientation at University of Iowa, and that's where she'll be going in a couple of months. And so with her permission, I set up the appointment with my colleague, Pastor Sarah, at the University of Iowa with the campus ministry, so I can introduce Lily to her. And whether Lily goes to LCM Iowa or not, or how much she goes, is her choice, and she's going into her own adult decision making. But I wanted her to know someone who would be there for her, and for her to know that this community would be there for her. So that she could know that she's not alone, because we're in this together. So I want to give you a little takeaway for the next one. So just this once, quickly, you can take out your phone, point your camera at the QR code, click the link, well, whatever you're allowed, so you click the link, and this is a link tree for our ministry, but it's got in there links several different ways that you can connect with campus ministries, all kinds of different places where we've got them. So if you want Illinois State stuff, it's on there, but you can also find your way to other places through this link tree. So once you click the link, you've got it. You can look at it at some point later. I'll be around for a little while after this, also if anybody wants to talk about campus ministry. But the next slide. I just want to finish up with a final encouragement that if you go to college, and I know not everyone, that's not your path, but if you go to college, or if you are in college at some point, I encourage you, because you very well may be disconnected from the faith community at home, to try to find a faith community there. And I would encourage you to try to find one that's excited about your growth and your learning, and to try to find one that is really a place where there's good news for everybody. So if there's an ELCA campus ministry, that'd be a great start. We also partner with the Episcopal Church, and even in our building, we partner with an American Baptist group, and it's a cool thing. So I'm not just saying ELCA, I'm just saying that's a great place to start. But wherever this faith community is, I just encourage you to invest yourself, to take on, again, your new, expanded adult decision making, and take, the leadership things that you're learning and your ideas, make it your own place. Invest yourself, bring what you know of community and the love of God into it and out to other people. Because you can help bring God's love really on campus to people who may never have heard that they really are loved, and not in a pushy way, just by being a person who cares for people and who is a person of faith. It opens a lot of doors that really can bring people hope and life and truly good news. We are in this together. Thanks be to God.
Amen.